books in Norse mythology, they are not adept. But Sarah, she will research, and Paul, he must accept. Yggdrasil is a glorious word, crush a whole mountain. Well, Thor's hammer could. These fables are bizarre, but good. It's
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, all you cats and kittens. I'll kill myself. I haven't even seen that fucking documentary yet.
Oh, yeah?
You know what that's from, right?
It's from Drew McIntyre saying it on wrestling.
There you go. We are Myth Understood. We are a mythology podcast, comedy and education. Comedy first. And I
Education, a distant second.
Trailing behind. I am Sarah Oliver, and with me is my beautiful BFF and occasional writing partner, Paul Bianchi.
Yup.
We are doing a safe 6 feet apart.
And 6 feet under.
And 6 feet under. What's that? What's the teen love movie? Is that 6 feet apart?
The teen, what?
There's like a movie about teens that are sick, so they have to be 6 feet apart. So basically, so they don't infect each other. It's like the same. They have to social distance, but it was way before coronavirus.
Is that? I thought it was just called like The Fault in Our Stars. Is that?
That's another one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's a movie like 6 feet apart. We're in love, but we're 6 feet apart.
Was there a song in it?
Don't get near me. I'll spit in yo.
I'll spit in yo. I thought you were gonna say your or something, but then you were
but I didn't. Thank you for calling me out. So we are 6 feet apart. I don't think we're kids that are sick in the hospital, but
okay. Well,
everyone check that movie out. I've never seen it. Highly endorse.
Well, Sarah, it actually has been a while since I've seen you. What have you been up to since everything's been crazy?
Thank you so much for asking. Well, I have a big long list of things I have to do, but I have just been depressed. How about you?
I also have a list of things that I would like to get done, and I am doing some of those things, and other things I am putting in a box and burying deep in my heart.
Good. Repress.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess that's a great thing to bring up to everybody out there. Like, you know, we're sitting here and we're giggling, but if stuff is hard, if it's hard to do anything other than, you know, watch a Netflix, like, you're doing enough, just doing your part. Don't beat yourself up. And that's, you know, me saying it, and I'm a giant hypocrite because that's all I do all day is beat myself up.
That's right. If all you're doing is finally watching The Sopranos and binge watching it to near completion,
I'm almost there, baby.
That's
Gabagool.
okay. Huh? That's your Tony Soprano impression?
No, everyone says gabagool. That's that's the entire cast saying it in unison.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That tracks. That's good.
Hey, you fucking rat! I'll kill you, Christopher.
That's good.
James Gandolfini. That's a sound clip we borrowed from him.
Thank you for that. Sarah, what are we learning about today?
Well, guess what? I have 4 more Norse myths to tell you.
4 more?
4 more.
We're telling 4 all in this episode?
No, calm down.
Okay.
4 more episodes of myths, and then, I don't know, maybe we'll talk more about Norse. Maybe I'll get raptured because I've done what I've come to this earth to do.
Wow.
Which is to poorly pronounce Norse names.
This would be the second time that's happened to you.
I constantly get raptured, and it's an expensive return ticket. So, we're getting into, I think, if you're like me, you have no idea the things we talked about in the beginning of Norse mythology, right?
If I'm like you.
Well, like when you were teaching me Greek,
Uh-huh.
and you were like, do you remember when this thing happened?
I think I have vague recollections.
Okay, so you're smarter than me. Great. well, maybe you'll remember this because it's just part of his character. But Loki he has a sharp turn in the myths where he goes from fun little prankster, big old weirdo, to just being malevolent. Right?
Sure.
We are taking that turn today,
Oh, okay.
and this is the beginning
Isn't
of
that
the
like
end.
every Norse god though?
Malevolent?
Well, or at least Odin takes malevolent turns.
Well, I'm not saying that they haven't all been pretty downright evil. I would even argue like Thor just being a giant bully,
Uh-huh.
a giant bully. They're all dicks, but Loki is just horribly treacherous. And there's like some talk about, well, did these things happen in like a post-Christianized world? We don't know.
You mean
But
like
he gets a little devilly.
the origin of these particular myths being maybe
Or at least
post-Christian?
retold in a more Christian sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah. To him be the spooky devil.
Okay.
So this myth is a very famous myth. It's called the Death of Baldur.
Oh,
Poor Baldur. You hardly knew ye.
I did hardly know him.
Yeah. And the reason is, he's existing the entire time, but this is really his myth. Which is
Okay.
sad one to have.
He's like James Bond girlfriends. Like he exists only to die to give everyone else a reason in the story.
It is funny you say that because he is also eye candy. Remember we talked about Scotty, the giantess, being like, "Ooh, I hope I get Baldur. I hope I get Baldur. He's so beautiful," and she gets stuck with old fancy calves. Yard.
Yard. Well, I mean that was I think that's a good trade.
Yeah. Well, that was a happy ending, right?
Yeah.
they lived apart.
Uh-huh.
So Baldur's death. Baldur, as I just said, one of the most beloved of the gods. Like
Was he a fast runner?
I don't think he had to be, and
Oh.
you'll find out why.
Well, because I just wanted to have people say, "Look at Baldur dash."
And that's it today for me, guys. I guess there'll be 5 episodes more. I cannot fucking do it. So he was the son of Odin and his beautiful wife Frigg or Frigga.
Uh-huh.
And Baldur had like all the great characteristics. He was just like joy incarnate. Everybody loved being around him. But he began to have creepy nightmares that something horrible would happen to him. And so Odin was
Premonitions, if you will.
like, creepy nightmares. Okay, that's the occult term.
Okay.
So Odin was like, okay, we got to figure out what the fuck's going on. My baby boy is having night terrors, and we're gods, so that usually means something.
Why not just get him a glass of warm milk and put him back to sleep?
No, we need to go down to hell.
Oh, okay.
So he got on his 7-legged horse named Sleipnir, and he went to the underworld and to talk to the seers.
Oh,
And
he,
they're like-
he didn't talk to Hell down there?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But he's probably like, hey, girl, I got to see the people that, tell fortunes and know what's going on.
All right, sure. Did you bring me back the movie that you borrowed from me?
Oh, I didn't read it. I didn't watch it all yet. I just
Okay.
read the back so far.
Great.
The blurb. Great blurb.
I'm nothing if not my DVD collection.
Your DVD collection is just Monty Python, so you're amazing.
Thank you.
Hell is kind of cool. So they went down to see the seers, and they were very wise because they saw shit, basically witches, right? And he was in one of his little creepy man disguises, and he's like, "Oh, hey, I'd like to hear some shit. I see you're having this great feast, but could you maybe like." Tell me about my son, or tell me about this guy, like, yeah.
Are these the 3 seers that my dad really wanted to come and be on an episode and talk about?
If he has more info, like, I was just able to find what they do.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to find any specific people.
This is a true story. My dad called me up to tell me that he wanted to do another episode of Misunderstood
Yeah.
and talk about these seers.
Well,
But that was before he could not leave his house because he is an older man.
yeah, well, well, listen here, old man. I'm not going to tell that whatever story you had because I couldn't find it. I'm just telling the main the main Norse myth, so
Yeah.
he can still tell it on a bonus episode to be continued
Yeah.
one day, maybe.
One day.
So anyway, undercover Odin goes down and he sees like these beautiful halls and there's about to be a feast, right? So he interrupts it. And he's like, "Well, what's going on? Why are you guys going to have this crazy feast? Like, can I party?" And the seer's like, "Oh no, we're waiting for our special guest of honor, Baldur."
Oh.
And she's like, and then she like tells him, just excitedly gossiping, like, "Oh, it's so great. We're so excited. He's super cute and he's going to fucking die soon." And I can't wait. Like we know he loves lasagna, so we've made 1,000 kinds. And then she goes, "Oh shit, you're his dad, aren't you? You creepy old man. Fuck, you're Odin."
They're not very good seers. Like, they're good at seeing the future, but they're not good at seeing like what's right in front of their face.
Yeah. And so what she said was gonna come to pass came to pass. And Odin came back home and was like, "Oh, this is horrible. We've got to figure out like how to protect our son. Like we've got to make a way for this future to not happen where he dies." And so Frigg went like, "I have the best idea. I'm going to go around and I'm going to make everybody and everything promise to never harm Baldur. I'm going to make them like pinky promise."
What if they don't have pinkies?
Most things didn't,
Oh.
because she went around and asked sticks and rocks. Obviously, every god, giants, rain.
In that order. Sticks and rocks first. Now gods. Now rain.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
She went around securing oaths from everything.
Naval lint. Just like those things that like show up in your mailbox that you're like, why do I get this? Like she would
Junk mail.
Yeah.
Yes. She secured oaths from.
Wait, you get junk mail? I was talking about poop.
Oh, God. You're so hated.
And not my mailbox, but it's frozen poo and it gets thrown through my window
Okay.
with notes that say, "I hate you, love Sarah."
Yes. You're
If
still
I ever
getting them?
if I ever catch
If
that
you ever
Sarah.
get that scamp, those darn kids. So after she went around and got everything living and non-living to say, "I'm not gonna ever hurt your son. Don't worry about it. We like him." The gods started doing what just dudes would do. They started throwing shit at Baldur. Like, this is fun because he was impervious to all harm now.
Oh, because the sticks and the rocks
And et cetera,
said that
everything.
they wouldn't hurt him if you threw a rock at him.
Doesn't even touch him.
Wow.
It bounces right. He's got like a little force field.
Wow.
So this quickly became the gods' favorite game. Just like throw shit at him, which it's just it proves that Asgard is just like Arkansas. It's just, they're just out by the creek having fun.
That's a really interesting idea to me, that like if you swear, if a rock swears to you that it won't hurt someone, and then you pick up the said rock and throw it at someone, that's basically like it's the rock's responsibility.
Yep.
To still not hurt him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Frigg is also sort of like a sorceress, so there's something to this oath. Like, maybe she created the force field through the oath.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe the rock is just like, "I can't because I said I wouldn't."
Okay.
I love hitting kids in the head.
I like your rock voice.
But I can't hit you.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's my The Rock voice. Can you smell what I'm cooking? So of course, everyone laughed and laughed and laughed and enjoyed this, except for one pissy bitch.
Baldur, because people were throwing things at him.
No, he loved it. It's like, oh yeah, it's cool. Huh? I'm still beautiful. Every lady like me. Loki. Basically, I don't know if I feel like he exists to obviously further the plot, but also be like, nuh-uh, you can't make someone invincible. Like, I'm just gonna I'm gonna undo it.
Do you think like he thought it was fun at first, but then he became like increasingly frustrated and he started like Wile E. Coyoting him, like by like setting up pianos
Yes.
to like fall on him, but then they would fall on him instead?
So you've read this myth.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. So Loki being Loki puts on a little fancy disguise and he goes to Frigga and he's like, so
When you said little fancy disguise, I
Mhm.
want to be clear what I just imagined.
dress him.
Okay. He is wearing a like I believe it's called a Panama hat. It has that. It's like like a regular sized bowl, but like a really
Oh, like a
wide
gondola
brim.
guy?
Yeah, and they're usually white.
Oh,
And then
John Hammond hat.
John Hammond? No, that's still not like
White enough?
yeah. This is like Lady Gaga would wear this.
Great.
And then he is wearing also a white blazer.
Don't they wear a Panama hat in Mary Poppins? Dick Van Dyke?
Maybe.
I'm stuck on the hat. You
and
brought
then
it up.
and then he's wearing a like 1920s short like fringe skirt and stockings and black high heels.
This outfit does not go together.
Well, that's what it. Oh, he also has a thin brown mustache that's like curly Q on the sides.
Okay.
That's his disguise.
So exactly like that, he goes to Frigg and is like, hey Frigg, it's me.
Oh my gosh, you're so fashionable. Who dressed you?
Lady Gaga. Yeah, I'm one of her backup dancers, and I was wondering, yeah, they're so cool about your son, your beautiful, lovely son. He's like sunshine. So you made everything swear not to hurt him? Everything?
Yeah, everything. Even he doesn't even get paper cuts.
Wow. Is there like anything that doesn't take that oath? Anything?
What are you looking for? Like his kryptonite? It's not kryptonite.
It's mistletoe.
Mistletoe.
Yeah, Frigg tells in disguise Lady Gaga backup dancer Loki that she's like, well, I made everything swear except mistletoe. It was just so teeny tiny, like I kind of skipped it.
Why would you tell this complete stranger? Like I feel like
Because who would want to hurt Baldur is what everyone's thinking up there.
Mhm.
He's so beloved.
My favorite Batman film, and I'm putting this on record,
Is Batman Forever.
is Batman Returns.
Wait, that's the best one. What are you talking about? Like you're
Some pe-
ashamed?
Some people think it's campy and
The,
weird.
the Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yeah.
That's
uh-huh.
the best one.
So there's a line in it that when they're fighting as Batman and Catwoman, and that movie takes place during Christmas, and there's mistletoe above them while they're fighting, and he like lands on top of her, and he says, mistletoe can be deadly if you eat it, and she says, a kiss can be deadlier if you mean it. And
Mhm.
then later they're dancing together as Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle, and they are underneath mistletoe, and they say the line, but in reverse.
And then they cry.
And then they cry. Yeah.
That's a great movie, and that's some beautiful full circle
Yeah.
relationship shit there.
And that is the mistletoe in question then.
And that is the way Frigga told Loki. And so Loki immediately, just stomped away like, thank you. Oh, my tour bus is here. And stomped away and found the first thing of mistletoe and created a fucking spear out of it.
I'm sorry, what?
It's a mistletoe branch.
Okay. I was imagining
The little bulbs.
I was imagining like there's people online who will like take like ramen packets and mix it with resin and like use it to repair broken furniture.
What?
So if you like
Like
mix,
the noodles or just the
yeah. Oh, they'll even put the seasoning on it too.
I need to activate a thing called screen time on your phone, and it tells you when it's just too much.
But that's what I'm imagining is that he's mixing mistletoe with resin and like making an
Okay.
actual hard spear.
So he mixes ramen and mistletoe to create a spear,
Okay, great.
and he brings it back to where the gods are still like a bunch of rednecks throwing shit at Baldur.
Uh-huh.
I think this just went on for years. Just like anytime they had downtime. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Throw shit at Baldur. And they're having a great time. No scratches on old cutie pie. But Loki went up to Hod. I think it's Hod.
HOD?
It's HODR. Don't even say it. It's not Hodor.
Okay.
It's Hod. And he is Baldur's brother, but he's blind.
Oh.
And so he's sitting there, like all the gods are laughing. He's feeling a little left out, a little like, I wish I could play. I wish people liked me. And so Loki's just like, hey, it's no fun. You never get to throw shit at him because of your eyes not working. Would you like to? I have this thing you can throw at him.
Oh my gosh, is it a toothbrush? That'd be funny.
Yeah, it's a toothbrush. It's a
Ooh,
little
or
big.
a toilet plunger.
It's a toilet plunger.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And it's wrapped in ramen. And if you hold this, I'll help you aim.
I'm God of
Wouldn't that
hodding.
be fun?
Yeah.
So yeah, here. And he helped him aim at his brother, and he threw it, and everyone was just like, and Hod's over there like doing the Charleston, like, I got him, I did it too, I played. And
I forgot that the Nords invented the Charleston.
yep, they invented the Charleston. And they're just freaking the fuck out because this is one of the prophesized things. I know, what the fuck. That the death of Baldur is one of the signs that Ragnarok will befall eventually.
Where does it hit him?
Oh, I don't even know. I think it
I
it
think
just like went right through him.
I think for your like Charleston joke to play, like I was imagining like right like horrifically like in the throat, like just like
Mhm.
the worst like goriest looking place for it to land.
Okay, it went through his throat. It ricocheted off a stone behind him, went through his stomach,
Oh.
Exploded because mistletoe berries are very explosive.
Yeah, especially when you mix them with ramen.
Ramen, yeah.
Yeah.
Ramen shot out his eyes and nose. So they're like, the gods are fucked up because this is the last thing they ever could have thought would happen. And
Yes.
so right, yeah, so he dies and everyone's devastated, and Frigg is like, my beautiful boy, she's crying and holding him, like, can anyone go down to the underworld and talk to Hel and beg her to give my son back, try to undo what has befallen us, and basically the start of the end of the cosmos.
Who volunteers as tribute?
Hermod.
Hermod?
He's some other son of Odin. This is like a brother affair.
Yeah, they really should. I feel like they should have sent Thor. Like he seems to always get what he wants.
Remember Thor can't take the Bifrost rainbow?
Oh,
So it might just be
because
like,
he has a DUI.
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
who's not fat and stupid that can go down here?
Okay.
And so her mom was like, I'll do it. I'll get my brother back. And he took Sleipnir, the seven-legged horse, and went on down. And meanwhile, the gods put together a fancy-ass funeral for Baldur. And they put him in a ship, and they gave him a nice little pyre. And but then they couldn't get the ship to like take off into the water, which was very embarrassing.
Uh-huh.
So they had to call this giantess named Hydroken.
Okay.
She's like, "Oh, okay, fine." And she rolls up on the coolest animal imaginable. Ready? So she rode on a wolf using poisonous snakes as her reins on the wolf.
This poor. I just feel bad for all the animals involved in this.
Yeah, because she is also like a giant, so it's got to be a huge wolf.
Well, these wolves are being struck with angry poisonous snakes, so probably being bitten, and then the snakes are just getting throttled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as the ship was freed, Baldur's body was going away on the ship. His wife, named Nana, was so depressed.
I just imagined the dog from Peter Pan.
Good. Keep that. Was so depressed that she just died on the spot from heartache.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sad.
It is sad.
Poor Nana.
And so they were like, throw her ass on the pyre too. Thor did his fancy funeral thing with his hammer where he's like, here you go. This is a sacred funeral.
Where he like does the rave dance like with glow sticks, but with a hammer.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Mm-hmm.
And so Odin put his fancy ring Draupnir, the one that makes 9 rings every night or something.
Sure.
That he got from those elves. He put that on the ship too, and then they put Baldur's horse on the ship.
Baldur's
they
horse?
led him into the fire, which is sad. And go with him. Was alive.
It's probably what the horse wanted.
Aww. So every kind of being all over Yggdrasil, the 9 worlds, they came. It was a who's who funerals, like when one of the Kennedy dies,
All the rocks, all the sticks.
Pretty much, dwarves and Valkyries.
I mean, think of all the sticks that died with him.
We didn't harm him.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, should have just been like tinder of mistletoe, right? That
Yeah,
would have been fitting. So everyone showed up, and paparazzi took lots of sad photos that day. In the meantime, Hermod, he rode 9 whole nights through the valleys to get down to hell. And he came to the river Gul.
Uh-huh.
And he saw a giantess named Modga, who guards a bridge. And she was like, "Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm going to hell."
You're like so loud." It was like hearing a whole freaking army come down. God.
I'm sorry. I just I need to save my bro.
You're ugly for a dead person. You have all this like pink on your cheeks.
Oh no, I'm alive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go.
That's it?
Yeah, I'm just like curious. I don't even like I have no problem with you.
Wow. Thanks. I like your side ponytail.
Thank you so much. So he got to Hell's throne, and he saw poor little Baldur, all sad, sitting in a seat of honor next to her, all pale. And so Hermod spent the night there in Hell's underworld. And in the morning, he was like, okay.
At the Beverly Hilton.
That's good. In the morning, he was like, okay, now that I've rested, I can beg for my brother's return.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why he didn't do it right then and there. He's just like, there's my dead brother. I'm beat.
Yeah, he just rode for like
9 nights. Yeah. But really, like, that inquisitive giant at the bridge took it out of me. She could flap her trap. And, Hell is not a bad, whatever she is, a being, giantess, She said, like, if everybody misses him as much as you say they do, if he's so beloved, let everything in the cosmos weep for him, and I will send him back to you. But if anything refuses, he must stay in my presence.
Oh, conditional.
Mm-hmm. It's like, well, I think like Hermod oversold her, right? Like everything is so everything and everyone's so depressed. Like the world is fucked.
Yeah.
And she's like, I mean, I have no context. I'm down here in the underworld. If that's true.
I mean, if there's one thing Kate Blanchett hates, it's overacting.
Exactly. Yeah. So she's like, prove it. So Hermod went back to Asgard and was like, so good news, bad news. Hell is down to return my brother, everyone's fave.
Great. Why isn't he with you?
Okay, bad news. We need to check in with literally everything everywhere and make them sure they are weeping for his loss.
Everywhere?
Like everything everywhere.
They don't even know we exist in Japan.
Right, but they better cry.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So the gods went all throughout the worlds and were like, guys, let me tell you about my friend. Like they brought his GoFundMe page and his memorial.
Oh, you know what they
video.
should have done is like make a movie, like a really sad movie.
They did.
Okay.
And they showed it to everyone. And everyone they showed it to, everyone that heard of Baldur's greatness and his beauty and then his unfortunate demise, they wept.
Okay.
Every single thing in the cosmos.
Ooh, or especially if his wife Nana was really a dog. If the dog dies too, that'll make people real sad.
Well, and the horse. Yeah, they have footage of the funeral. Really, they just showed that, and people were like, "Oh my god, it's fucked up." So everything in the cosmos wept. Isn't that great?
Every single thing
Except
Loki. No.
a giantess
Oh,
named.
so Loki did cry,
Well, Loki would have to, right, to save face for the gods.
right?
But this giantess named.
So they
Tok-
had to cry, but they didn't have to mean it.
Yeah, they just had to cry.
Okay.
Yeah, he just put
Onions.
onions under his eyes. Tok was a giantess. And Tok said, "Let hell hold what she has." Tok was Loki in disguise.
Oh.
I don't know how he did it. He got like some social security number.
Yeah.
Did like a full like fake ID thing.
I sort of feel like Loki lives a whole bunch of different lives, and so like he's had Tok around for a while.
Yeah, one of his many skin suits.
Uh-huh. It's
So
like a separate Instagram account that like he's.
it's his troll account, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freya Fat. So Baldur.
I think you're beautiful. Tok's horrible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Baldur was sentenced to stay and remain in hell, the underworld. Never again would he.
The seers must have been pleased.
Yeah, I saw it coming. Everyone from Arkansas in Asgard. No, his light and beauty would never be seen again in the world, stuck in the darkness of the underworld.
Mm.
Why was Loki such a twat, you ask?
Did Baldur never clean up his room and Loki used to step on his Legos?
Exactly.
Okay, there we go.
And this is one of two things Loki does to get spanked.
To get spanked.
Well, for a thing to happen. I don't want to spoil. No spoils.
Wait, so
No spoils.
so that's you're leaving that as a why did he do it, and we're gonna find out.
No, why did he do it?
Oh, I don't know why he did
Yeah,
it.
because he's an asshole.
Because he's an asshole.
Yeah, but like, why? I don't know. I don't know why he had to mess a good thing up. It's like this thing is even though they sort of know that he is a part of it. Like he gave, Hod the stick, but he's still a little like, oh, it wasn't me, But this gets him on thin ice with the gods, and he's about to drill a giant hole in the ice in our next episode.
Wow. Okay. Right. So what he's doing, he's knowingly setting up the Ragnarok.
Even that is unclear if he knows.
Okay.
Because some bad things have to happen to him way before Ragnarok 2.
Okay. Ragnarok 2, there's a sequel?
Yes.
Okay.
Starring Thor.
Lost in New York.
Ragnarok 2, Lost in New York. Yeah, Odin is Tim Curry.
Oh.
So that is the death of Baldur. It's a very sad story. It's a very nice guy.
Yeah.
Just a little sweetie.
Yeah, he didn't really have, maybe. He didn't have much of a personality to be discussed.
Well, he was a cutie. Well,
Uh-huh.
he was like a ball of sunshine. So he's that person who everyone's just like I just love that Chris Lewis. I just love,
Everyone does say that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I just love that. Well, no one's ever said that about either of us, but
I just love that Alexander Hoy.
there you go.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if someone threw a spear and ramen of ramen and mistletoe through her neck? It ricocheted off a rock back through her guts, and then ramen shot out of her eyes and nose.
I mean, I imagine it all the time, but I just don't wish it upon her.
Okay. Yeah. And this is where things are going to start to get a little sassy with the gods. Have some sass attacks.
Well, great.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Sass.
Come on down to the Throw Shit at Baldur Emporium. Do you like taking part of our favorite game out here on in Asgard? It's
Woo!
throwing shit at Baldur. You can throw anything at this motherfucker.
Don't call me a motherfucker. I'm actually a really nice guy. Everyone
You're
thinks
the
so.
light of my life. I love you. Watch out, bazooka.
Oh, that tickled a little bit.
Yeah, you little cutie. I love watching you giggle. Here, take this. It's a squid on your face. It's poisonous.
Yeah, nothing seems to bother me. It's really great. My mom's awesome.
Yeah, that poisonous squid made a promise to your mom. Watch out, this is a meteor.
Oh no! Oh, it's so giant. Everything died around me, but I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm actually really sad. What?
Your wife Nana was next to you.
Oh, well, that's a bummer.
She's fine too.
Why is she fine?
Because she only thing that kills her is the sadness.
Oh,
You know them ladies.
that's true. Well, I mean, what doesn't he have at his warehouse that could possibly kill me?
Well, the only thing I don't carry here is that tyranated mistletoe. I don't carry it here. It's too small and stupid.
Oh yeah, that's really smart. Yeah, I went to the Whole Foods the other day and I bought this packet of mistletoe gumdrops.
Oh.
Should I chew one?
Yeah, I'd love to see you chew it, you little sweetheart.
Okay. Yum.
Oh my God, all his teeth are shattering off of him. Whoa.
This is potent.
Light of love of our lives, you have no teeth, but you're still a cutie.
Thank you.
Now come on down to Baldur's and break stuff on him Emporium. I'm right off the 92 exit.
Well, thank you, Sarah. Whoa, that was fell out.
Jesus.
Yeah, sorry.
No, thank you, Paul.
Well, thank you, Sarah. Thank you for teaching me about the Death of Baldur, and it's a story that I'll always think about as I'm watching more YouTube videos about people fixing things with ramen and resin.
Stop it, Paul. There's
And-
better things to do, like following us on social media.
What are our social medias, Sarah?
Why don't you know this yet? We've been doing it for 3 years. @_mythunderstood on Instagram and Twitter. Yours is @the Paul Bianchi on Instagram and Twitter. Mine is @the Sarah Oliver oh God, I could do everyone but me. Instagram and Twitter.
Oh, what's the network that we're on? Instagram
Well,
and Twitter.
it's Dragon Wagon Radio.
@It's Dragon Wagon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's a given.
Okay.
And we have a saucy little Patreon. We add some stuff on, and we're gonna get some bonuses, some extra stuff out soon.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Thank you all so much for listening in. I am done with this.
Wow. Okay. Goodbye. Good night.
Stay safe.
If you are enjoying this podcast and other podcasts on the Dragon Wagon Radio Network, be sure to check out the Dragon Wagon Shop. Awesome t-shirts and mugs from your favorite shows so you can tout your podcast pride, all while supporting your favorite indie podcast network. And make sure to check it often for new items and limited time designs. So shop now at dragonwagonshop.com and get your dragon swag on.
It's Dragon Wagon.